I would just like to apologize for my appearance, my messy hair, and the fact that I'm in a sweatshirt. It's just a really cold July day. Hello there, people of the internet. So I wanted to do a video about kind of just your first few weeks at Parsons, what it's going to be like, orientation week, what's around you if you're living on campus, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's not really a campus, but if you're living in student housing at Parsons or at the New School, what's going to be around you for food, where you can go, all that kind of stuff. So I hope this is helpful. If you enjoy or if you want more videos like this, you can leave me a comment about anything that you want to see or just if you have questions. And if you want, you can subscribe. That just makes me really happy. But first thing that I'm going to talk about right now, I hope this doesn't go all over the place. I didn't really write anything specific down because I kind of know what I want to say, but hopefully it doesn't come out very confusing and then everybody's like, what? That made no sense. So I'm just going to start with orientation week. Now, I don't remember specifics of what happens like every single day during orientation week. That first week, I mean, this kind of applies to all new school students, but I'm mostly just going to be talking about Parsons students because I was a Parsons student. I think it was on that first Monday or Tuesday that I got my Parsons first year kit, which is actually at Blick, which is right near the University Center. It's on 13th Street in between 4th and 5th Avenue. That's where, I mean, I think that's where you'll still get your first year kit. I think it was around $150, and I don't know if it was, I don't remember if it was cash only or if it was, you could use a card or a check or something. But in the first year kit, it's like 2 boxes that they give you full of a bunch of art materials. And for me, I think they still do it. I actually don't know. You could pay an extra 20 bucks and get a portfolio, a Parsons portfolio, which was really nice. And I did that because it made it a lot easier when classes started to carry my things to and from class with the portfolio. So I did that, but if you already have a portfolio, you don't need to. This one's nice because it's really big, has a bunch of pockets and like zippers and stuff. It's really good. In the first year kit, you get newsprint, you get a T-square. I don't remember everything that's in it, but you get a lot of the materials you need. And honestly, you won't even end up using all of them. You get like X-Acto knives, I think, but you get a lot of the materials that you're gonna need and a lot of the materials that your teachers are going to ask you to have. Sometimes teachers will ask you to go and get other materials on top of that. In the first few weeks, they'll say, all right, well, we're going to be doing a project and you can use this stuff from your kit and this stuff you have to go buy. And also, I just want to say, in your space and materiality class, if you're taking that, I mean, whatever semester you take it in, you get a toolkit. And you don't have to pay for it. It's part of your tuition. They give it to you in the actual class in the shop. And it is a legitimate tool bag. That's pretty much what I know and can definitely tell you about materials. I mean, I don't think it's changed. Mind you, this was 2 years ago that I went through this process now. Oh my God, it was 2 years ago. Now, as for where things are, like I said, Blick, which is the main art supply store that everybody's gonna use, is on 13th Street, West 13th Street between 5th and I don't think it's actually 4th Ave. It's like, cause there's the one in between, it's like University Place. Attached to the University Center, there is a CVS pharmacy that is open 24 hours, which is amazing. As for food, the school is right next to Union Square. Union Square is here, the University Center, and CVS is right here. So in Union Square, if you want to get food or something, I lived in Stye Park, so I had to walk like 15 minutes coming up through Union Square to get to class, but also that was where I got groceries and stuff. There's a place called Food Emporium. That's where I got a lot of my groceries. There was Whole Foods, there's Trader Joe's. There are some smaller little markets. There's one right across the street from CVS on 14th Street, but I don't remember what it was called. I think it was like Garden of Eden or something. The place I would go was Food Emporium. Everything in New York is more expensive than, I guess, at home, which is just ridiculous. But like, I would go shopping and I would get like, I just remember a box of bagel bites, 9 bagel bites. And here at home, it's like $2 for a box maybe at like Target or something. And then there it was like $4 or $5, I don't know, something ridiculous. Now though, if you are going to do New Card Cash, which is, you can use it in the cafeteria and you can use it in a bunch of different stores. You can use New Card Cash at Whole Foods, at Trader Joe's, and at Food Emporium now. I couldn't use it at Food Emporium, but they added that last year, which I think is amazing. If you are gonna do New Card Cash instead of like, I think Dining Dollars, New Card Cash is better because you can use the New Card Cash at the cafeteria. Dining Dollars you can only use in the cafeteria, so it really doesn't make any sense to do that. New Card Cash you can use at Blick, to get some supplies. You can use it at CVS. You can use it at like Barnes and Noble. All you do is use your student ID. That's what your new card cash is. It's not a separate card or anything. That's also how you pay in the cafeteria. It's just with your ID, they swipe it. Also in the cafeteria, you can use a debit or a credit card to pay. I actually didn't talk at all about orientation week, which is what I said I was going to start with, so sorry. But orientation week, there are going to be lots of activities and programs for you to do, and they're going to say that everything is required. They might take attendance in those things, but like if you don't show up, they're not going to track you down and be like, you didn't come to this orientation activity. You could simply just say like, oh, I was lost, or like I went to the wrong one and they just accepted me. Something like, it really doesn't matter. I started to skip a few of them because I would have rather spent my time, which is what I ended up doing, exploring New York City on my own and kind of getting a feel for like the subway and where things were that I wanted to do and stuff. I didn't go to I went to a lot of the orientation activities, but I didn't go to all of them because I realized that I didn't have to. There was one that was public and private space in the city, and I don't know if they're gonna do that again this year. I don't even know if they did it last year. It was really nice because it was not just for Parsons students. It was for Lang, Jazz, Drama, and Parsons. So you weren't just with people from Parsons, which was really nice. It was a good way to meet more people than you're gonna meet when you're in classes and stuff, because when you're in classes you're only gonna be with Parsons kids. That one, if they still do it, I would recommend doing. I actually really enjoyed it. For Parsons students, there are workshops that are like an art sort of class. I think I did like a printmaking one, which was actually really fun. Pick and choose that wisely. Don't skip them all. That's just not smart. Go to the ones that are gonna be just like informational. I think the first activity that I ever did was in one of the auditoriums, and it was just like a whole presentation about everything that you're gonna need to know about Parsons for the school year, and it was really helpful, so I do not recommend skipping that at all. You have to go to that. So as a freshman, it was really scary for me to ask people around the school for help because it feels embarrassing, because it's like you're the new kid, you're the freshman, you don't know what you're doing, and everybody's just like, oh, okay, it's them again, like all these freshmen who know nothing. You catch on pretty quick, but it was really like, I don't know, it's just some psychological thing. It was really hard to ask, even like a security guard, it was hard to ask them for help. But the simplest thing, I don't know if this is obvious to everyone, but I was like directed to a class or a workshop or something to West 13th Street, which is one of the Parsons buildings, and it was like room 1101, and I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to know where 1101 is? First of all, let me just say 1101, the 11 means it's on the 11th floor. So if it's like 503, it's on the 5th floor. I know it's like kind of a stupid thing, but it made me so nervous when I didn't know actually where to go. Also, let me just say, you get printing credits at the beginning of every semester. It's like $150 worth of printing credits. They just take it based on money, and then like depending on what you're printing, it tells you how much it's gonna be from your printing credits. I did not use up all $150 worth of my credits, and the really annoying thing is if I only used like 75 in the first semester, the remaining 75 would not transfer to the next semester. It just clears and then goes back to 150, which was so annoying. Actually, it might be 150 for the whole year. I don't remember if it's 150 for the whole year or just for the semester. A lot of people do end up using everything because your teacher's gonna say print, 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 like everything. So if that ends up happening, you can buy printing credits. There's also a Staples in Union Square. What's really nice, there are plotters, there are colored printers, pro color printers, and then just like normal ones. The plotters are for like really, really big projects. They're in the University Center, and I think there's one plotter in 2 West 13th Street, but I don't remember. On the 4th floor. I don't remember if it actually is there or not. You can get your computer set up so that it links to the printers and stuff. Just go to the IT service center or email them and ask them to make an appointment really quick, and they'll set it up for you so you don't have to actually do anything. I didn't do that. I should have done it. My roommate did it, and it was like really nice because she could just walk in with her computer and she didn't have to go and find a computer at the school to work on. So I would recommend that you get IT to help you with that. So in case anybody's just wondering what's kind of around the school, that's fun to do. If you walk straight down 5th Avenue towards downtown, so if you're at the University Center is 5th Ave and 14th Street pretty much, or between 13th and 14th Street. If you go down 5th Avenue, you will hit Washington Square Park, which is really, really pretty. And you can sit in Washington Square Park and sit at the fountain. It's always like so much going on in there, and it's really fun. If you keep walking that way, that's where Soho is, and like the Freedom Tower, World Trade Center, all that, which you can see as you're walking. The Freedom Tower, I mean. But on Fifth Avenue, in like that little area, on Fifth Ave and 13th Street, right on that corner, literally right across from the University Center, there's a Brandy Melville. The other way, like 15th Street and then up like towards 16th and stuff, there's Zara, I think. There's J. Crew. Union Square has a lot of stores. There's Sephora, like a huge Sephora in Union Square. It's a really nice one. There's Forever 21 in Union Square. There's a DSW. There's Nordstrom Rack. There's Best Buy. There's like so many things right there. If anybody is like gonna go to school and then they need to get something from like a Bed Bath & Beyond type of place, there is a Bed Bath & Beyond. It's at 18th Street and 6th Ave, I think. If anybody is wondering about the subway, it's really easy to figure out once you know, start to learn it a little bit. In Union Square, there is a 4, 5, and 6 train, and there's also the N, Q, and R, and I think there's another one now. I know there was an L train, but the L train is like, they're getting rid of it, so I don't know if it's gone or if it's still there, and I don't know if they've added any. I think they added one, but I don't know what it is. The 4, 5, and 6, you can take, if you want to go to the Met Museum, you can take whichever one is the express, but you can take it to like 81st Street or something, and then walk from there to the Met. None of those trains really stop in my favorite place, Rockefeller Plaza. What I would have to do is take the N, Q, or R train to 49th Street, which is Times Square, and then walk from Times Square to Rockefeller Center, which is fine. So if you want to go to Times Square is at 42nd Street. You can take the N, Q, or R to 42nd or 49th Street to get there. You can take the N, Q, or R downtown towards like Prince Street, which is Soho. You can take the 4, 5, or 6 way downtown to like the World Trade Center. If it is not too late when you are watching this and you haven't done it yet, submit your own ID photo for your new school ID so that you don't have to take it when you actually get to school. When I got to school, it was a week after I got my wisdom teeth out and I couldn't really smile. My ID picture is horrible because I didn't submit it online. So if you still can submit yours online, please do. It's a picture you get to choose. It's not a weird one that's taken in a basement of the school. So I hope some of this was helpful. I think I covered the most important things, but if you have any other questions, leave them below. I hope I didn't like overwhelm you with a bunch of random information. I was just saying whatever was coming to my mind that might be helpful. Again, if you do have any questions, please ask me and I will answer you. I hope you enjoyed. If you are going to Parsons, congratulations. I hope you have so much fun. If you're just watching this for fun because you are curious or whatever your reason is, thank you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! That was a weird noise.